All right, everybody. Welcome to the next game in the Colorado Rockies 2025 replay, the Rockies for Baseball show. Final game of the three-game series here in Wrigley Field. And then after that, just three more games to go. A three-game set at Citi Field against the Mets, and we'll be all complete. Today's game, Rockies still coming off a bummer from last night when they had a 3-0 lead in the eighth inning and could not hold it. So they're a little bit disappointed. Some roster moves were made. Amador and Shunk have been sent down. Arcia, formerly with the Atlanta Braves, was signed as a free agent, and Victor Vodnik, a relief pitcher, has been brought back up. This game was played Wednesday, May the 28th. Wrigley Field, singles are 1-5, 1-2, and home runs 1-5, 1-8. Tanner Gordon, a right-hander for the Rockies. We'll look at him in the bottom of the first. The Cubs won this game real world 2-1. Rockies are 17-38, still a +8, but they did in real world because they were 9-47. 9-46 at this point in the real season. So for the Cubbies, Matthew Boyd, or Matt Boyd, however you wish to refer to him, he is going to be your starting pitcher. 14-8, 3.21 ERA, and 31 starts of his. And he will be on the mound. He's also a -5 hold, and the catcher, Carson Kelly's a -3 for a -8. Of course, -5 is the best you can have. But it's going to be pretty difficult, I think, for the Rockies to get any kind of stolen bases going here. But we shall see. So Arcia is in the lineup as the designated hitter for the Rockies. There he is. He came over from Atlanta. He's a middle infielder, shortstop, third, second, first, played all four positions. And he hit 202 and 203 at bats. But he's there to help, I guess, solidify the infield. He wasn't hitting much for Atlanta, but the Rockies picked him up on a flyer. See what he can do. He is in there as the designated hitter in this game. So we're ready to go. Jordan Beck will lead things off here against Mr. Boyd. And we're underway from Wrigley Field. 6-7, and that's a ground ball, second base X. That is Mr. Horner. He's a 1. We know he's going to get to it. We're just checking the E4. Only errors on E4s are 3, 17, and 18. And Horner will make the play, no problem. Beck is out of there, 1 away. For Tyler Freeman. So at least we won't have to worry about the nameless player anymore in this replay because Shunk is gone. All right, here is Tyler Freeman, right fielder. 6-7, same exact role. Ground ball to second again. They're going to try Horner again. Again, E4 is the only chance he has in there are 3, 17, and 18. And he does it again, so they might want to hit it somewhere else. 2 up, 2 down for Ezekiel Tovar, the shortstop. That is a 4-5, and that's a ground ball shortstop X. So this time they're going to hit it to another 1-rated fielder, Dansby Swanson. So he's an E12, and the only errors on him are 3, 15, and 18. And he will easily make that play as well. 3 up, 3 down. Go the Rockies here in the first. They do have an off day tomorrow. There will not be a stream of the Rockies game tomorrow because they are off on the 29th as they settle in for their weekend series in New York Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night. So we'll be doing those last 3 games on those 3 nights, but tomorrow night there will be no game. But tomorrow, and it may be in the nighttime, I haven't decided I'm going to do it at night or afternoon. Either going to do it in the afternoon and tape it or do it tomorrow night live is the first 3 rounds of the British Open in Ishmael Golf. So I haven't decided how I want to handle that yet. All right, so Tanner Gordon for the Rockies, 6-8, 6.33 ERA and 15 starts, right-handed pitcher. He is a 0 hold. Goodman's a +1 arm, so he's got a +1 for his hold. And here's Ian Happ. And that's a 5-2, and it's a fly ball to center. Maniac makes that play. They're giving Brenton Doyle the game off. Moniak in center makes the play. Here's Kyle Tucker. 3-7 for Tucker, and he's going to ground it to second, and that's going to be handled by Farmer, and he will make the play. 2 down for designated hitter Seiya Suzuki. 1-6, and that's going to be a walk. So not a Rockies game without a few walks from the pitchers. 2-out walk to Suzuki brings up Pete Crow Armstrong, otherwise known as PCA. That's a 5-5, and that's a ground ball shortstop X. We are looking at Tovar. He's a 2E16. 2 and a 5. I think he'll get to that. He does. It's a G3. It's a pound, but they weren't holding the runner on, so it's not irrelevant. So it's irrelevant. And the E16, he has to avoid 14 and 17, which he barely does, but he does, and that's going to end the inning. So nothing doing for the Cubbies. We played 1 here in Wrigley in front of another capacity crowd here at Wrigley. Don't know how they're fitting everybody in here. Amazing. SRO signs are out. Here is Hunter Goodman. 5-7, and that's a 1-5 double. 6-20 is a single. 12, that's going to be a single. But that's okay. I'll play this if nobody watches because I enjoy it. All right, here's Kyle Farmer. I wanted people to watch this channel. I do talk shows like the other guys do. But I like playing games. I don't like talk. I like doing the games, not talking about them. Here's Farmer, 3-7. And that's a single to right field. Going to put runners at first and second. Nobody out for Ryan McMahon. Lefty-lefty matchup. 4-4. It's ground ball shortstop X. We're looking at Swanson. He's a 1. This could be a double play. 1 and a 5, though, is probably not going to be a double play. Well, actually, it is. 1 to 5 is a G1, so it's a potential double play. He's an E12. He's got to avoid 3, 15, and 18, which he does. So it's going to be a 6-4-3 double play. That's a Giovanni's Tailor Shop, tailor-made double play. Giovanni's Tailor Shop in Lemoyne, Pennsylvania. You're in that area and you have tailoring needs, be sure to stop by and see them. Tell them Demo sent you. They'll give you a discount. They are the unofficial sponsor of the channel, but the official sponsor of the Giovanni's Tailor Shop tailor-made double play of the game. And so for his first Colorado Rocky at bat is Orlando Arcia, picked up as a free agent from the Atlanta Braves after he got released. And he's in a clutch situation here against Matt Boyd. And in the clutch, he will lose a hit on 2-4. 6-10, and that's a fly to center field X. That's PCA. He's going to get to it with a 1. E2, the only errors are 3, 17, and 18. And he will make the catch to end the inning. So the Rockies get a couple of hits, but nothing to go with it. Go to the bottom of the second. It'll be Carson Kelly, his first time catching in the series, as McGuire caught the first 2 games. But Kelly's going to catch this one. That is a 2-5 for Kelly, and he's going to draw a walk. So yet another walk by Rockies pitching. And here's Michael Bush. Kelly, no threat to run. Not being held. That's a 2. So we get a balk chance on Tanner Gordon. His balk rating's a 4. No balk. Here's Bush. 5-8, and that's a strikeout. First strikeout for Tanner Gordon. 1 down for Dansby Swanson, the shortstop. Dansby Swanson. That's a 6-3, and that's a ballpark blast. 1-8, and this one's out of here. 16 is going to be a fly to left. That ball almost got out of here as fast as the people watching this stream. Not quite. All right, here's Nico Horner. 1-9, and that's going to be a ground ball to second, and that's going to end the inning. I'll kind of be glad when this particular project is complete because I think it's getting a little stale, obviously. And it's modern baseball, which I don't really care for. I preferred the non-DH games. Here's Tolia. 3-5 against the lefty, struck him out. First strikeout for Boyd. One away from Mickey Moniak, the Maniac. 6-7. That's a ground ball, second base X. Let's see, ground ball, second base X. That is going to be Horner. He's a 1. Of course, he's going to get to it. E4, 317 and 18. And no error there, so he will make the play. 2 down. And that'll bring up Jordan Beck. 1-8 for Beck, and that's a home run. 1-5, 6-20 is a double rather, and that'll be a double for Jordan Beck. 2-out double. So Tyler Freeman's up in a clutch situation. In the clutch against the lefties, he gains a hit. 2-3. That's a 3-8, and that's a ground ball right back to the mound to end the inning. So nothing doing there. We go to the bottom of the third, still no score. For Matt Shaw. That is a 5-9 for Shaw, and that's a single. Leadoff single for Matt Shaw. He's going to look to get a lead. Needs a 3 through 6 to get the good lead. Gets a 10, he will not get it. So back to the top of the order for Ian Happ. 4-4, and it's a ground ball, third base X. That is going to be McMahon. He is a 1. Let's see if they can turn a double. 1-7 is a G1, possible double play. But he's got to avoid the error. He is an E10, so he has to avoid 13, 3, 17, and 18. So 13 is the most likely one to come up. And he's going to avoid it, so it's going to be a 5-4-3 around the horn double play. 2 quick outs. And that'll bring up Kyle Tucker. 3-11 for Tucker. That's a split. 1-9 is a single. 10-20 is a line out. And that's a base hit. 2-out single for Tucker. He's going to try for the lead. 4 or a 6. And he does not get it. So he will hold. And here's Seiya Suzuki. 5-8. And that's a ground ball to short. And that will end the inning. So 3 innings in the books here at Wrigley Field and no score, Rockies and Cubbies here on this Wednesday night. Matt Boyd facing Tovar, Goodman, and Farmer. 2-9, and that's going to be a double 1-2, single 3-20. And that's going to be a single. Ezekiel Tovar, leadoff single. He is not going to go anywhere with that -5 hold, so he'll hold. Here's Hunter Goodman. 1-9 for Goodman. That's a strikeout. Second strikeout of the game for Boyd. 1 away for Kyle Farmer, second baseman. 3-6, and that's a home run chance. 1-16. 1-16, this is gone. And it is Kyle Farmer, a 2-run home run. It's the Rockies in front 2-0. But we've seen this movie too from last night when they were up 3-0 and could not hold it. However, they have bullpen help in Victor Vodnik that might resolve that issue if it comes up again. Here's Ryan McMahon. It's a 5-7, and that's a base hit for McMahon. For Orlando Arcia, the designated hitter. 1-5 for Arcia, struck him out, so he's not endearing himself to his new teammates very well. Going 0 for 2. Here's Tolia, first baseman. That's a 6-11, and that's a ballpark blast for Tolia. He does have normal power against lefties, but it's only a 1-8. 1-8 for a home run. And that's just going to be a deep fly to left to end the inning. But the 2-run home run from Kyle Farmer gives the Rockies a 2-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the fourth. Gordon back out. We'll face PCA. And then Kelly and Bush. 1-8, and that's a strikeout. And that is the second strikeout for Gordon. One away for Carson Kelly. It's a 2-6 for Carson Kelly, and that's a walk. Second time he's walked Carson Kelly. Third walk of the game for Gordon, and that brings up Michael Bush. 3-9 for Bush, and that's a strikeout. Strikeout number 3. Tanner Gordon, 2 down, and Dansby Swanson, the batter. Oh, that one on the outside. Let's redo that. 6-6, and that's a triple 1-5, double 6-20. And that is a triple for Dansby Swanson, and that will score Kelly. Cut the lead to 2-1. 2-out triple from Dansby Swanson. He had 3 triples real world. Here's Nico Horner in a clutch situation. In the clutch, he gains a hit, 2-11. That's a 5-4, and that is a fly ball center field X. Center fielder Moniak's a 4. 4-10 might get to it. Let's see. Oops. 4-10. He does not. It's a single, and that's going to tie the ball game. That's one that Doyle would have gotten, but not Moniak. And we're checking the E11 for a center fielder. He's got to avoid 3, 13, 16, and 18. 3, 13, 16, and 18. And he avoids the error, but the base hit, the lack of range is going to cause a base hit that ties the score. Now Nico Horner is going to look to try to get a lead. And he needs a 2 through 5. That's a 5. He'll get the lead. 1-19. Being held is a 17. Plus 1's an 18. And it's a stolen base for Horner. He's in scoring position for Matt Shaw. It is a clutch situation for Shaw. He will lose a hit on 1-8. That's a 2-6. Ground ball right back to the mound. That will end the inning. So the Cubs match the Rockies 2 runs to 2 runs. We go to the 5th. Hello, Dr. D. It's nice somebody's out there. I figured everybody's watching Gardner and Big Al yak and run their mouth, but at least somebody likes to watch the actual games be played. All right, here's Mickey Moniak. That's a 3-5, and that's a strikeout. Oops, I'm sorry, 3-5 is down here. 3-5 is a double. 1-3, single 4-20, and that's a single for Mickey Moniak. And he's not going to go anywhere. Here is Beck. 5-7, that's a double. 1-5, 6-20 is a single. That's a single, and it is 2 stars. That'll put runners at the corners with nobody out. Rockies looking to reclaim the lead. It'll be Tyler Freeman. 3-8 for Freeman against the lefty. It's a ground ball pitcher B. They will get the runner out at the plate, I believe. Let me double check that, because the pitcher is always assumed to be in, which is why I say that. Because according to this, runners at first and third, ground ball B, it's a 7, which says batter safe, lead runner is out. So that's the way I play it. The book. So Moniak is out trying to score 1-2. Freeman reaches on the fielder's choice. Beck goes to second base. So 1 out. Runner at first and second for Ezekiel Tovar. That's a 6-4, and that's going to be a catcher X. Catcher is Kelly. He's a 2E1. 2-2, though. That's interesting. 2-2 for a catcher is going to be a wild pitch. I don't think there's going to be an error because he's just E1. That is a 15, but needs a 17 for an error. But it is a W/G, which is a wild pitch. So Boyd uncorks the wild pitch. It's going to move both runners into scoring position. with only one out. And now the Cub infield will come in, try to choke the runoff. That's a 3-6, and that is a single 2 stars from Tovar. The Rockies get those 2 runs right back and take a 4-2 lead. 2-run single from Ezequiel Tovar. Rockies lead it 4-2. 1 out. Goodman, the batter, that's a 2. We're checking the balk rating of Boyd, which is a 0. There's Goodman, 1-7, and that's a ground ball shortstop A. It's another Giovanni's Taylor shot. Tailor-made double play. 1-7, ground ball shortstop A. But 2 runs come in for the Rockies. They reclaim the lead 4-2. The question is, can they hold it? No game tomorrow night, Dr. D, as the Rockies are off before they finish out the campaign with the 3-game set in New York starting Friday night. But no game tomorrow night. All right, here is Ian Happ. That's a 5-4, and that's a fly ball center field X. That's trouble because Moniak's a 4. 4-17, though, he gets to it. E11, though, could be trouble. That's a 7. Let's see if that's a problem. Nope, no 7, so it's good play from Moniak. And Happ is out of there. This is the fatigue inning for Gordon. So keep an eye on that. There's Kyle Tucker. 1-5, and that's a walk. Another walk. That's 4 walks now. And now Kyle Tucker will try to get a good lead. He needs a 4 or a 6. Doesn't get it, so he'll hold. And it'll bring up Seiya Suzuki, the designated hitter. 3-6 for Suzuki. 1's a triple, 2 to 20 is a double. And that'll be a double. It's assumed to go to center field. Tucker was being held, makes him a 14. Plus 1 arm's a 15. But you got PCA coming up, so I don't think they're going to run yourself out of an inning. So they will hold the runner at third. Second and third, 1 out for PCA. And the Rockies are going to play the infield in. They do not want to give up a cheap run. Every run counts. Infield is in. 6-9, and that might not matter where they are. That's a ballpark blast. However, for left-handers, it's only a 1-5. And that's an 8, so it'll be a sacrifice fly to right field. Scoring is Tucker, cuts the lead to 4-3. 2 outs now for Carson Kelly. Clutch situation for Kelly. And Kelly in the clutch will lose a couple of hits, 1-5 and 1-6, also 2-2. And that's a 13, so nothing going on there. Here's Kelly, 5-8, and that's a ground ball to short. That'll do it. A run for the Cubs, but the Rockies still lead it 4-3 as we go to the 6th inning. Gordon will carry a little bit of endurance to the next inning. And this is the fatigue inning for Matt Boyd. He's got a number 6 right here. So we'll keep an eye on him. Here's Farmer. He had a big 2-run homer his last time up. It's a 1-3, and it's a ground ball to second, 1 away. For Ryan McMahon. Lefty. 3-5. That's a 1-11 double. 12-20 flies to center. And that's going to be a double for Ryan McMahon. 1 out double for Orlando Arcia. 5-7, and that's a base hit for Arcia. That'll score a run. 1-5 is another double. That's a 6. It'll be a single, 2 stars. RBI single for Arcia. His first RBI as a Rocky. And the Rockies grab a 5-3 lead. Matt Boyd, 1 batter or 1 hitter away or 1 hit away from being fatigued. Here's Tolia. 5-8. Ground ball third base A, yet another double play. 5-4-3, round the horn to end the inning. That is the 3rd double play hit into by the Rockies in 6 innings. Unbelievable. 5-8, ground ball third base A. So Boyd I think Boyd's going to come out, though. He's going to be lifted after 6 innings. He's given up 5 runs, all of them earned. And let's see how many hits he gave up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 hits. He did not walk anyone, and he only struck out 3. So Tanner Gordon back out, probably his last inning as he's nearing fatigue. And Michael Busch, the batter, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. That is a 1-8, and that's another strikeout. He's got the hat trick. Strikeout number 4. That brings up Dansby Swanson. 1-6 for Swanson. That's a 1-10 home run. 11-20 is a double. And that is gone. Dansby Swanson, he's tripled, and now he's homered. And the lead is reduced to 5-4 for Nico Horner. Right-hander Jimmy Herget loosening in the Colorado bullpen. Horner, 6-6. That's a 1-5 triple. 6-20 a double. And that's a triple for Nico Horner. He is a tying run 90 feet away for Matt Shaw. Infield is in for the Rockies. And Gordon, I'm going to try to get one more batter out of him. Infield is in. It's a 3-4, and that's a walk, and that's going to be it from that for Tanner Gordon. He's going to leave. And they will go to the bullpen. So Gordon's going to go 5 1/3. And the new pitcher is going to be Jimmy Herget. And we'll take a look. Hello, Thomas. We'll take a look and see what's going on here. My guy's out of position here, Warner and then Shaw. Okay. All right, so Ian Happ will be the leadoff, will be the next batter coming up. But we're going to go to Jimmy Herget out of the bullpen for the Rockies. He is a -1, makes that a 0 hold. All right, so Gordon 5 1/3. He's going to walk 1, 2, 3, 4 walks, 5 walks actually. 5 walks and 4 strikeouts. He will give up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits. Come on, Tabby. Come on, get in. Come on, Tabby. Come on. Tabby, come on. We got a visitor. Come on, Tabby. Come on, get up here. Come on. There you go. Come on. Come on. All right, get up here. Get up there. There you go. All right, so new pitcher Jimmy Herget facing Ian Happ. Infield is playing for a double play. Let's see if now Shaw's not going to try to run, so they are playing for the double play against Ian Happ. That's a 2-5, and it's a 1-10 single. 11-20, he lines it to Tolia, and that's a liner to first base. 2 down, everybody's back safely. And now it's Michael Tucker, or not Michael Tucker, it is Kyle Tucker in a clutch situation. Tucker in the clutch will lose a hit on 2-8. That is a 5-5, and that's a 1-17 single. 18-20, he lines out. And that's an 18. Wow. Liner to Farmer. And Herget pitches around the mess and keeps the Rockies in the lead. We can close the book now on Gordon. He goes 5 1/3, 7 hits, 4 runs. He is the pitcher record to get a win if the Rockies never lose the lead. Now the Cubs will need a new pitcher, and they will bring on left-hander Drew Pomerantz. He has not pitched in this series yet. It's a +4, -3 is a +1. The Pomerantz will be facing Moniak, Beck, and Freeman due up here in the top of the 7th of a 5-4 Rockies lead. 6-5, and that is a 1 to 8 double. 9 to 20 is a single. And that's a base hit from Mickey Moniak, the Maniac. He's 2 for 3. And he might be looking to run here with that +1 hold rating. He's going to see if he can get a lead. He needs a 2 through 5 to get a good lead. And he does not get it, so he'll hold. Here's Jordan Beck. 211 for Beck, and that's a walk. So Pomerantz having some issues. Brings up Tyler Freeman. 1-9 for Freeman, and then yet another double play. Ground ball, shortstop A, another Giovanni's Tailor Shop, tailor-made double play. 4th double play hit into by the Rockies in 7 innings. And that's why they're not leading by more than 1. Yet another double play. 2 outs, and Ezekiel Tovar. Thomas, I am not familiar with that. No, I'm not sure. And I doubt anybody in the chat is either, because there's only a couple people. So the odds of them being familiar is probably not good. There might be a Strat Facebook page you can check out. Somebody on the Facebook page might know. All right, so here's Tovar, clutch situation. 4-10, and that's a ground ball, shortstop X. So we're looking at Swanson. He's an E12, and to avoid an error as an E12, 15, 3, and 18. That's what he's got to avoid, and he does. So that's going to end the inning. Rockies come away empty-handed. That'll do it for Pomerantz. He pitches 1 shaky inning, a hit, a walk, but no runs thanks to the double play. 7th inning stretch time at Wrigley Field. And Jimmy Herget back out. He'll face Suzuki, Pico Armstrong, and Carson Kelly. Suzuki, that is a 2-7 for Suzuki. He strikes out. 1 away for TCA. 3-2, and that's a single to right field for PCA. And he's going to be looking to run. He needs a 2 through 6, an 11, or a 12. And that's a 9, so he does not get the lead. He will hold, and here's Carson Kelly. 6-3, a fly ball left field X. We're looking at Beck, 3-4. 3 and a 7. That's going to be iffy. 3 and a 7. He will get to it, but the runner will tag. Pico Armstrong will tag and go to second base. That's how deep it is on that, because it's F1. And then his error rating's a 4. He's got to avoid 3, 4, 15, and 18, which he does. So it's a fly to left by Kelly, but PCA tags up and goes to second base. So now the tying run is in scoring position for Michael Busch. However, Busch is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. He's a good hitter. He hit 261 with 34 home runs, so we're sure as heck not going to pinch hit for him. It is a clutch at bat, and then the clutch for him, he gains a hit 3-2. It's a 5-9, and that's a strikeout for Herget. And that's the golden sombrero for Busch, as he has struck out all 4 times. And we go to the 8th inning. And we will have a new Cubs pitcher, obviously. And the new Cub pitcher is going to be Chris Flexen. I don't believe he has pitched in the series yet either. Chris Flexen. He's not a bad pitcher. 5-1, 3.09 ERA and a save. Nothing wrong with that. He has a -3 on his hold also. That brings it back to a -5. And he will be facing Goodman, Farmer, and McMahon here in the 8th inning of a 5-4 ball game. Nip and tuck. 5-3. And as a fly ball left field X, we're looking at Happ. He's a 1. We know he's going to get to it. He's an E1, so the only errors are 3 and 17. And he will make the catch. 1 away for Kyle Farmer. 6-9, and that's going to be a base hit to center field for Kyle Farmer. On the 6-9, base hit center field. Brings up McMahon. McMahon, 3-10, and that's a ground ball second base C. So the runner will advance to second base. Farmer goes to second. Puts him in scoring position with 2 outs for Arcia in a clutch situation. And Arcia in the clutch will lose a hit on 2-4. Flexen to Arcia. It's a 3-7, and that's a ground ball to third, and that will end the inning as Shaw throws him out. So that'll do it for, well, actually, Flexen can go multiple innings, so he's going to probably come back and pitch the 9th as well. Herget has, let's see, 5 1/3. Oh, down here, my bad. 5 1/3. So he's pitched an inning and 2/3. He can go 2. So I don't think it's out of the question that he can keep going. They do have the newly brought up or newly activated, I think he was on the injured list, Victor Vodnik, loosening the bullpen. And Victor Vodnik is one of their better pitchers. 4-3, 3.02 ERA, and 10 saves. So he's going to try to solve that closer problem. Victor Vodnik. But right now they need to get to Vodnik. And here is Herget against Swanson. 4-3. It's a ballpark single check. It's only a 1-2. And that's going to be a liner to short. Oh, Tabby, where are you going? Hold on. Getting on the bullpen here, Tabby. All right. Here's Nico Horner. That is a 3-8 for Horner. He grounds it to short, 2 down. Let's see if they pinch hit for Shaw. He's a 226 hitter, so I think we're looking for a pinch hitter if we can find one that's any good for the Cubbies. They're going to go with Brujan. He is at least a 253 hitter. So Brujan, Vidal Brujan. Vidal Brujan will be a pinch hitter here in the 8th inning, and he will stay in the game to play third base in the 9th. Brujan. He is a switch hitter, and he is a 253 hitter, so much better than Shaw and his 226 average. So Brujan is up, 2 outs, bases empty against Herget. That is a 6-7, and that's a strikeout to end the inning. So Herget, excellent work out of the bullpen. His day is done. He's going to go 2 2/3 innings. He will definitely, well, they get a day off tomorrow, so he'll probably be available against the Mets. Hello, Brown. So we'll conclude Herget's numbers. He's going to give up 1 hit, and that's it. Nothing else. Struck out 3. He was immense. And Victor Vodnik will be pitching in the 9th inning for the Rockies to try to hold it down and get that 19th victory or 18th victory, that magic 18th victory. All right, here is Flexen. He's back out again. He only gave up 1 hit in his 1 inning of work, so they're going to let him continue. And here is Michael Tolia to lead it off. That is a 6-4. It's ground ball shortstop X. We know Swanson's a 1. He's going to get to it. We're checking the E12. And the E12 is a 15, 3, 15, and 18. That's a 17, so he avoids the error and makes the play. And here's Mickey Moniak. Skip Brown, we're almost done. 3 more games to go after this one. We'll be done. Here's Moniak. 1-5, that's a strikeout. 2 down for Jordan Beck. That is a 6-7, and that's a ground ball second base X. Another 1 for Horner, so E4, 3, 17, and 18. And he will make the play, and that will do it for the Rockies in the 9th. So Flexen is going to go 2 innings, give up a hit, nothing else, and 1 strikeout. So now we go to the bottom of the 9th. Rockies certainly don't want to go extra innings. They have not done well in extra innings, and they don't want to deal with that again if they can avoid it. And the way to avoid it is to get this guy to get you through the inning. Victor Vodnik just got brought up off the injured list. I think he was on the disabled list. He's back. 4-3, 3.02 ERA and 10 saves. Easily the best pitching numbers of any bullpen member of the Rockies. So he's the guy they're going to trust to try to get these 3 outs without allowing a run. He's got to do it against the top of the order. He'd like to get 3 in a row because he really doesn't want to face PCA. He can avoid it. Here's Happ, 1-7. That's a fly to center. 1 away for Kyle Tucker. That's a 5-6. Left-handed. That's a walk. So that brings the tying run to the plate, or on base now, rather, the winning run to the plate. Tucker, though, man, it's a -3 hold. It'd be a 1-14. You'd be gambling there, so they're going to hold him. They'll hold him on, but the Cubs won't send him. So here is Sayas. That's a 1, so it's a wild pitch chance for Vodnik. And he does uncork the wild pitch, so they don't have to worry about sending him. He's going to make it via the wild pitch. So now here is Suzuki. 2-5, and that's a strikeout for Vodnik. 2 down. Now, interesting situation here. They're going to think outside the box and intentionally walk PCA, even though he is the winning run. We just don't want him to be the one to beat us. We're going to make Carson Kelly beat us, or they could bring in a pinch hitter. They could bring in their other catcher, Reese McGuire. He's 226. Carson Kelly is 249, but he is a lefty versus a righty. Carson Kelly is 0 for 2, a couple of walks. I think they're going to stick with Kelly because he's got a better average. Clutch situation, but he's not very good in the clutch. He loses 3 hits in the clutch. So that might change my mind. Well, McGuire loses 2 hits in the clutch, so we're going to stick with what we got. All right, so here we go. Carson Kelly, clutch situation. Tucker with pretty good speed at second base is the tying run. At first base is PCA. He's the winning run. 6-8, and that's a strikeout by Vodnik, and that's going to do it. The Rockies are going to win their 18th game, holding off the Cubs 5-4. Winning pitcher is Gordon. The loser is Boyd, and the save to Victor Vodnik. Vodnik goes 1 inning, doesn't give up any hits or runs. He does walk 2, one of them intentional, and he strikes out 2. So get the final line score, 5 runs, 13 hits, and no errors for Colorado. 4 runs, 8 hits, and no errors for the Cubbies. So the Rockies improved to 18-38. We're now at double our win total for the real replay, which was 9-50. They are now 18-38 with 3 games left to play. We're now a +9 compared to the world. So Cubs can or the Rockies can celebrate this victory. They do have an off day tomorrow, off night tomorrow, whatever you want to call it. and they will travel from Chicago to the Big Apple. And they start a 3-game series with the New York Mets at Citi Field to finish out this replay. Final 3 games, and we'll see how they do. Let's see who the first matchup is. As we look at the Rockies here against the Mets, which will be on Friday. And that's going to be a pitching matchup of Kyle Freeland for the Rockies, his last start, against a left-hander for the Mets by the name of David Peterson, who had 30 starts for the Mets. He was 9-6, 4.22 ERA. So a couple lefties going for each team in that first series. But everybody on the Rockies gets a rest tomorrow because of the off day. So they'll be refreshed and ready to go for a weekend series with the Mets to finish out this replay. And then after that, I'm not sure what I'm going to do in the evenings. I'll think of something to do, I guess. Watch more TV or something. I don't know. But anyway, that's going to do it from here. Cubs win the series 2-1, but the Rockies at least avoid the sweep. So until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and we'll see you all down the road.